Hi, my name's Bob Batson. I'm part of the management team here at Advanced Adhesive Systems. This is a family business that started in 1994 and the garage of my house. And today we occupy 42,000 square feet in Newington in the old Loctite plant. As you can see, we've progressed to a lot more equipment. And now, instead of making pail by pail, we're making drum by drum and skid loads of drums every day for many manufacturing companies. This is a sidewalk cork, rough text we call it, for Times Square. This is color match called Dusty Gray. John Squitieri, our contractor down in the city, has a contract with them to apply this to solidify a lot of the loose pavers that they have, which is a problem down there. This is a very elastic material. We can show you this when we go up to the quality assurance lab and do some testing with this material to show how flexible and how compressible it is here. But we make this for John. He's our exclusive contractor for this, and it works very, very, very well. This is one of our cartridge fillers that can do both sides of the cartridge at the same time. It's called Airless Fill because you press it down from the bottom and it fills up to the top here without any air being incorporated into the product. This is where we're working with epoxy for inside grouting applications. We use methyl methacrylate for outside grouts and caulks, and we use epoxy for inside. The outside, instead of being rigid and hard, is quite flexible, the exterior type of material, so that you can easily bend it. And this is what you need for exterior caulk because of expansion and contraction, that you can actually pull this and it has 200% elongation.
It's acrylic based also, which is great weathering.
And it's got great weather resistance and solvent resistance. This doesn't have any problems with ice melt or cleaning. I mean, a lot of products we send to some of the cleaning companies like Ecolabs to see if it stands up to their most aggressive cleaning. We make these dog bone samples. This is according to the American Society of Testing Materials. And so that we put them into the jaws and we measure how much stretch we can get with the product. It's one of our quality assurance tests to make sure that the product is going to do exactly what we say it will do here. The other test we do is a compression test. Exterior grout has to be able to compress and it has to be able to elongate. That's because the pavers and the concrete and the stone, whatever we're dealing with, whether it's marble, granite, concrete, or some aggregate, is going to expand when it gets hot and it's going to contract when it gets cold. The grout has got to stay up with the material. It has to move with it and stay adhered to the surface. The purpose of the grout is to prevent water from getting down below and damaging the substrate, the bedding materials, or actually causing heaving up if it did freeze and causing the pavers to actually expand and throw up. So that's why it's very important that you never break the bond between the grout and the paver or the concrete. So while we're testing this, we can compress this down to almost 50% of its size, take the compression load off, and have it come back to where it was originally. These are some of the colors that we've made recently for John. These are all natural looking types of materials that are going for exterior. We make our own concrete blocks in order to test things out, which we bond together, and that we do different testing with ice melt and high pressure washing and everything else to make sure that there's no damage to the product when it's being used by the customer.